This pandemic has caused so much fear and uncertainty among yoga studio owners. I have a lot of friends who own yoga studios, and I know that they are struggling to make ends meet right now. It's really rough. They're stressed, they're crazy stressed out. They've lost a ton of clients, and they're wondering how they're gonna pay their bills for the next month. They're wondering how they're gonna pay their teachers. They're wondering how they're gonna keep the lights on. So I see it, and it breaks my heart. So you may have had to, cancel or delay your teacher trainings. You may have had to move all your classes online. You may have had to figure out all of the online systems that maybe you had somebody else doing before, but you couldn't afford their salary now. So now you're doing it. You've probably had to let teachers go, deal with clients dropping their memberships. It is madness. Hi, I'm Jessica Coyne, and I used to be there. I owned a yoga studio for 6 years. My family and I moved out of the country for my husband's job, so I ended up actually giving my yoga studio away to a local yoga teacher. I didn't sell it because I had 1 month to sell my house in the United States, to get my daughter registered for school, to move everything to another country and sell my business. So yeah, I couldn't even deal with trying to find a buyer. It was too much. And sell it in 1 month, yeah. So I was extremely fortunate. I'm one of the lucky ones. I was extremely fortunate because our family didn't depend on my income. So I wasn't financially burdened by not turning a profit when I had my yoga studio. So when I had to leave my yoga studio behind, it didn't put me in financial ruin, thankfully, by not making a profit from the sale. So I had my studio for 6 years. It doesn't seem like an extremely long time to own a business, but I did start it from scratch, and I taught for 2 years before that and built my business from there. So like I said, I built the business from scratch in an area where there wasn't any yoga. It wasn't a thing. So in fact, there was a NASCAR race that was coming to my town, because there was a racetrack in my town. We had a racetrack, a NASCAR racetrack. Anyway, but it was sponsored by a company that was doing this big charity event, and they needed a yoga teacher. So when they Googled yoga teachers in that town, they found me. That's it, just me, one yoga teacher. Can you imagine that now? I feel like there's like a yoga teacher on every single corner. But yeah, that's it, nobody else, just me. There was crickets. So there was no such thing as yoga in my small little town. So yeah. So you should have seen me when I first started, before I opened. We weren't allowed to put flyers in establishments. So I think it was myself, my niece, and my 2 nephews. I printed out 500 flyers, and we went to the local shopping mall, because there was only one, and all of the grocery stores, and we put flyers on every single car. And then I marketed on Facebook. I actually took a Facebook marketing course because I've seen ads on Facebook, and I wanted to see how people did it, and it ended up becoming a valuable resource that I can't even stress how important that was to my business. But I had to hustle and do everything I could to get every single client and teach every single class. I was teaching everywhere that there was an empty space. Like if there was a closet, I'd teach in the closet. And one point I taught in a locker room of a country club right outside of the bathrooms. So that was pretty, yeah. But I filled that class. There was like 10 people in that class. I mean, it was a tiny little space because it was a locker room, and it didn't smell the best, but it was great. I filled it. It was great. And then I made clients, like private clients, off of that. So yeah, so that's what I did. So for 2 solid years, I was going around trying to to tell people what yoga was, and then put flyers up everywhere I could. I remember getting chased out of this 55 plus community by this older man who didn't want me putting a flyer up on their door because get out of here, you young whippersnapper. Yeah. So anyway, that was how it was to start. I mean, I was really, really hustling to get clients, but you know, it paid off. And yeah, so, and this is Hercules. He was screaming like a madman, so I had to get him. And he'll probably be joining us for the rest of this video and eating my jewelry. So anyway, I marketed my business like crazy. So people started pouring in the front door when I opened. I couldn't believe it. But I knew that the hard work paid off, and all the blood, sweat, and tears, and lots and lots and lots and lots of marketing. And I did it all by myself. I didn't have any mentors or partners or friends at that point because, well, you know, I was starting a business. But I made it happen. And there were times when my business was making money hand over fist, but it wasn't always like that. I had to make a lot of mistakes, learn from those mistakes, and change a lot of things. So I'm very grateful for every teacher and every student that came and went, no matter what the experience was with them. I learned from every single one. But I'm not an expert, but I did pretty darn good while I was there. And here's how I know. I think I experienced every crisis, well, except for the pandemic. My first studio was on the second floor and there was a walkway outside. Well, the walkway started falling. Yeah. Okay, my studio flooded during a workshop with a lot of people visiting from out of state, so I had to close for a couple days. One of my clients had a stroke in one of our Kundalini classes that I wasn't teaching. My manager was stealing from me, and I'm not even going to get into the other staffing issues because we could be here all day. I truly, honestly believe that my studio was haunted. My cleaning guy ran out of there at 10:30 one night, left everything unlocked because he heard noises. And one of my personal training clients and I, we watched as a dumbbell went rolling across the floor. It stopped in the middle, started up again, and then rolled back. And then I had a psychic medium friend that did a public reading at my studio. Shout out to Deanna Fitzpatrick, yay! She's like the real deal. And she said that there was definitely a presence back there. So that was crazy. What else? Okay, the IRS randomly chose my business to get staffing information every month. So someone from the IRS would call me every single month and I would have to give them my staff count, their gender, their race, and management statistics. So that was fun, preparing that every month. When I was having my second studio built, they built one of the rooms the wrong size, like totally the wrong size. I didn't find out until after it was already done. They had to take it apart and rebuild it. So of course, that pushed back construction time. Oh, and here's a good one, so my studio that was on the second story, there was literally a prostitution massage parlor on the first floor of the building. So I noticed some weird activity and I called the police. The police came to my studio when I wasn't there and caused a whole uproar. And then the place got raided, like, come out with your hands up, this is the police, guns and everything, during a class. Who does this even happen to? So you're getting the picture here, right? Crisis after crisis. But here's the one crisis that was a recurring theme and how it made me believe that I had a solid business. Like I said, yoga wasn't a thing when I opened my business, and there were no other teachers, let alone yoga studios. So I was the pioneer and I was ready to live it up. Right? I had no competition, none. It was perfect. Fast forward about a year or two, and I had this great studio, a huge thriving community, and other people must have noticed this because every single fitness business in the area decided that they were going to start offering yoga as well. And two of my yoga teachers who completed the yoga teacher training at my studio went and opened up a yoga studio less than 5 minutes away and told all of my students, hello, Estella, And then they poached my lead teacher, who was another issue that we're not even going to get into. That was a blessing in disguise. So I remember the first couple months of this happening, and a new place would start offering yoga every single month, and I had to reinvent the wheel every month, every time, so that I wouldn't lose clients. And I wanted the clients back that left. And then I realized I was just spinning my wheels. For a second, I panicked, and then realized that those places can try to offer yoga as much as they want, but I have the one thing they don't have. I have me. And I know that that sounds conceited. So if you didn't know the yoga world, you'd think that's conceited. But you know as well as I know that students follow a teacher. They don't follow a business. They may leave for a little while and check out the new business because it's trendy and they want to see what the buzz is all about. But they'll be back because they realize that they miss your teaching style. They want their favorite teacher and they will follow them to the end of the earth. So this is, what does this have to do with right now? And how you may be struggling during the quarantine, right? So here's the thing. It's pretty easy to run a yoga studio when everything is business as usual. But if your business starts to crash and burn the minute there's a hiccup, then you need to take a look at your business strategies. Simple as that. What's your business model? What's your primary source of income? Do you sell memberships? How much are your memberships? Do you sell class passes? How much are your class passes? Do you offer private sessions? How much are your private sessions? A lot of questions. Wait, what do you do individually that's specific to you? Right? What do you offer that the other local studios don't? Ow, Hercules. How many clients did you have? How many do you have now? Do they have memberships or class passes? How much money do you need monthly to break even? How many clients do you need to make that happen? How much money do you need monthly to pay yourself? How many clients do you need to make that happen? What's your marketing strategy? So those are all the questions I would be asking myself right now. Take a few minutes to get those answers and then come back to the video. Give yourself some time. When I first started the business and my community started to level off, but my expenses got greater, I had a few minutes where I was freaking out and I was worrying about money constantly until my husband, he had a come to Jesus meeting with me one day and said, Jess, it's okay if you don't make a ton of money with your business. We don't need it to survive. And it was at that point that I realized, okay, I'm gonna be all right. Money is not an issue. I'm doing this because I love it. So I know, insert your eye rolls and screeching noises and thinking that this girl has no idea what she's talking about. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. That is totally not where you are right now, right? Okay, you have to stop thinking like that. Have you ever heard of the law of attraction? Like attracts like. So if you stop enjoying your job and you start worrying that you're always going to be worrying and not enjoying your job, stop worrying about money. Think about why you opened your business in the first place. You didn't just say, I'm going to open a yoga studio because I need to make money. I know as well as you know that when you started doing yoga, you fell in love with it. And then you became a yoga teacher because you wanted to teach people about the thing that you loved so much. And then you opened your studio because you loved it that much. And now you have so many people that are your family, your community. This is why you're a yoga studio owner. Yes? Okay. So now that we're all on the same page, we all love yoga, right? Yeah, we do. Let's do this. Tapas, bitches. Tapas. T-A-P-A-S. We are burning through some bad karma right now. Let's get these spirits clean. Okay. Serious FaceTime. So let's circle back to the question. What do you do individually that is specific to you? What do you offer the other local yoga studios don't? What's your niche? Take a minute and think about that. You need to be able to answer these 3 questions. If you don't have answers to them, then you need to turn off this video and think, what are you doing? What can you offer that nobody else can? You can't just be offering the same thing that everybody else is offering. There are about a bazillion yoga teachers out there giving free classes online, and you have a business to run, so you have to charge. So you have to make your product and your service valuable. So you need a niche. I know what mine is. I teach beginners. I teach practical, easy, safe, alignment-based yoga for all body types. I teach hatha. I can teach vinyasa, but my heart is in hatha to beginners. I don't teach hot yoga. I hate it. I'm not all fancy with pretty flowery yoga talk. That's not me. And I'm not pretending to be able to do those things because that's not where my bread and butter is. And frankly, that's just not what I enjoy. So I would make over $1,000 a month just teaching beginners. And if I had a yoga studio today in this whole quarantine mess, I would be teaching beginners online the same exact way I was teaching them in my studio. And I would be making the same amount of money because I would be putting the same amount of effort into that exact thing. So maybe you teach great yin classes. Maybe you're a great spiritual leader. Maybe you teach meditation. Okay, so now hopefully you've determined what you teach best, what makes your heart happy, and what you could talk about all day without ever getting bored. So sell that. Focus all of your energy on that. Now, how are you going to market that? Let me tell you something. Facebook. That's it, Facebook. Who's on Facebook? Women with kids, women whose husbands are working during the day and they're staying at home, or women whose kids are going to school and they're working at home during the day, women who are retired. The 40+ market of women lives on Facebook. I know that because I am a 40+ woman that lives on Facebook, and I am not ashamed. I love me some Facebook. I like Instagram too, but a lot of people my age are not on Instagram because let's face it, I'm old. 40+ is old. Or TikTok, or YouTube, or Snapchat, or whatever else these kids are using today. Wow, I just sounded really old right there. But Facebook has millions and millions of people that you can reach. It's like a breeding ground for people that want to give you their money. So let's focus our advertising efforts here on Facebook. You're not going to be sorry. Yes, there are some ins and outs and some things you'll need to learn to advertise there, but it's worth it. You can advertise specifically from your business page and pay for it. But I actually found that I did not make as much money there. You can, but in a pinch, but you need to start small. You have to start locally. I'm sure that you're part of some groups, maybe some mom groups or a local dog owner group or a community gardening group or just a community group. So some of the local community groups are great. If you're not already part of those groups, you need to find them and join them ASAP. The first thing that you need to do is look at these groups. Look in the About section. There's usually a pinned post that gives their guidelines and rules at the top of their page or whatever. And a lot of them will let you advertise one day a week. Sometimes they pick a day and let everybody advertise on that day only. So what are you going to advertise there? You need to have some really cool content. Here are my 3 favorite apps that I use. So I use Ripple. It's RIPL. It's an app that you can buy on your smartphone. I use Canva. The one I'm using right now is called Big View, BIGVU. It's a teleprompter. It's awesome. I think everybody pretty much knows about Canva, but what you really need to know about is Ripple, RIPL. You can do it for free, or you can do the paid version, which is like $9.99 a month, which is not gonna break the bank, but it gives you some really cool like slideshows and videos where you just input the pictures that you want to show and you input the words, and it just creates this really cool video. You can put links in there and everything. It's great. So if you don't have them, get them. And I'm also I'll post a link for all of those on this video as well in the comment section. So you need to get them, and you need to get some advertisements up so you can start getting traction on your business. Another thing that you can do is just post a video of yourself talking and asking for the business. Ask for your clients to sign up, talk about a call to action, do a fundraiser, do a yoga game online. Oh, or you could do like a yogathon, or if you teach Zumba, you can do a Zumbathon. I know that they're super popular, and you could do it as like a a promotional, fundraiser kind of thing. Offer some prizes. Maybe the prize is a free online private session, or a free Reiki treatment, or a free bottle of essential oils, your custom blend, or whatever you want to give away. Just give away something. People respond to free things. And you don't even have to do it on YouTube. Just do it on Facebook. People like to see a video of you talking. So let's talk about how much you're charging too. If you're charging a monthly membership of over $100 right now, and you really think that a lot of people are going to spend over $100 to take yoga, it's crazy. People don't have money right now. People are furloughed, they're losing their jobs, so they can't spend $100 a month for a membership. It's not going to happen. So you need to drop your membership prices by 50%. If you offer private sessions that are $100, you need to do the same thing and drop those puppies. Make them $50 or less. If you offer $50 private sessions, they need to be $25 right now online. Using the Zoom app or zoom.com or for anything, whatever. If you're not familiar with that, go to zoom.com. It's just online video conference calls. I don't think that I have to tell anybody that, because everybody knows that, everybody knows how to use Zoom. Everybody's using it right now. So you've probably seen by now that our environment has completely changed from where we were just a few months ago. People don't have money, and we don't have brick and mortars anymore to use. So everything is online. We need to change, fast, fast, fast. If you're not computer savvy, find someone who is, or start taking some quick online courses, because you need to learn this stuff fast. You need to have somebody that knows how to market on social media and that can integrate all of your payments, scheduling, media to work smoothly and easily. You've got to reprice. You've got to make your classes affordable and simplify your pricing as much as possible. If you've got 3-4 different types of class passes and a bunch of membership options, people are just going to look for the cheapest option and take that. I recommend having 3 options: a monthly recurring with a cancellation fee, and yes, people will pay the cancellation fee, a drop-in, and a 5-class pass. You need to make your monthly recurring a lot less than your drop-in or your 5-class pass. So say you have a client that comes in 3 classes a week. If they buy a 5-class pass at $50 or a drop-in fee at $15, it won't be as beneficial to them as it would if they were to buy a $50 monthly recurring membership. So you want to make that really work for them. And that recurring membership is gold. That's called passive income. You need passive income that you have so that you have security every month. You know exactly how much you're going to make in your memberships. That takes out the guesswork. You make money and you don't even have to do anything. If you're selling drop-in fees or class passes, you have to keep selling them, and you have to hope that those clients want to keep buying them. Start narrowing down your schedule. Simplify your class names and have 1 class in the morning and 1 class in the evening. Offer 1 class on Saturday morning and 1 class on Sunday morning. You don't need to overload your schedule with a bunch of half-empty classes with all these different names. People can see it and it doesn't look very professional. Plus, you have to pay teachers and to teach half-empty classes, or you're teaching them yourself and stretching yourself really thin. Now, if you're getting tons of classes that are filled online, then yeah, keep them. But if you are, then your business probably isn't struggling. So anyway, keep everything as simple as possible. Really advertise private lessons. They're a great way to fill in gaps in your schedule. You need to leverage email. Every single email address you have, you need to be sending out your schedules, any new offerings that you have. Anytime you've got anything going on, you need to email people. Also, text message marketing as well. I think it's called SMS marketing. But I think MindBody does it. I was using Wellness Living and they did it. If you've got them opted into email marketing, check to see if they're opted into text marketing as well, because sometimes people don't check emails, but if you have their text, you've got their full attention. So leverage those and make sure that, if you've got somebody that was coming to class all the time and all of a sudden they've stopped coming, You need to email them or text them or just pick up the phone. Now, before I was a yoga teacher, I was a bank manager. So I really cut my teeth on sales in the banking industry, which is a hugely competitive industry. It's all about sales. It's quite actually obnoxiously all about sales. But anyway, so one of the biggest things I learned was that, you know, what I was saying before, you have to ask for the business. That never changes. But right now with what's going on, you have to ask for help. You have to ask for it. You have to ask your members. They're your family. They're your community. They don't realize you're struggling. Or if they do, they just don't think about it. They don't realize anybody is struggling but themselves right now. If you put it out there, you're going to be surprised at the overwhelming amount of support you'll find. Your community is your family. And just as you care about them, they care about you. They may not say it all the time, but they really do. You just have to put it out there. But while you're putting it out there, you need to reassure them that it's all being reinvested back into the studio with hopes to open up soon. So let me tell you about my favorite legend. It's the legend of the Phoenix. I actually had a picture of the Phoenix painted on the wall of my yoga studio. And the reason I love this legend so much is because it embodies every one of us. If you've never heard of it before, it goes like this. So the Phoenix would die every 500 years. It would go up in this blaze of glory, and out of the ashes from that fire, a new Phoenix would rise, stronger and more powerful and wiser than before. So we all fall. We all experience loss and devastation, but we can't cling to that. We have to realize that there's a reason for everything. And if you allow yourself and your studio to become a victim of this crisis, then yes, you will fall and you will fail. But use this time to rebrand, rebuild. Think about how you're going to reimagine yourself in your studio bigger and more exciting and better than ever before. We can't get sucked into what we don't have or what we're losing. We have to move forward. Think of the Trimurti, Shiva, the god of destruction, Vishnu, the god of preservation, and Brahma, the god of creation. Embody all three of these. They're all just as important as the other. You don't think Vishnu and Brahma got scared when they saw Shiva coming. Each one has its place. From today going forward, I want you to stop thinking of yourself as a yoga teacher that owns a yoga studio. Think of yourself as a business owner that happens to teach yoga. This is huge. This is going to change everything. And remember the law of attraction. Like attracts like. So if you have the mindset you're broke and then you need money, other people are going to be thinking the same thing when they see your post or they want to do yoga. They're going to be thinking that they're broke and they don't have money to spend at your studio. But if you feel confident about your finances, even if you have to fake it, other people will be willing to spend money at your studio, but you have to make it affordable to them. Remember, everybody is struggling right now. So let's recap. Here's what I'm suggesting. You need to get savvy with the apps that make your business happen online. Canva, Big View, Ripple. Those are my favorites. Make a video. People want to see your face. Ask for the business. Ask for the help. Listen, guys, the algorithms of Facebook are not something that we can control, but we can learn them and work with them. Video posts get seen more than photos and text. You may go back and look at your post on Facebook and see. You may have 5,000 people that like your Facebook page, but if you post a humdrum photo or text post, it may only be distributed to like 50 or 60 people. And out of that, you may only get 3 or 4 likes. But if you post a video, it will get shared more and appear on more of your followers' news feeds. So it will get seen more. Start advertising on local Facebook groups. Lower your prices to make them more in line with today's financial environment. And stop thinking of yourself as broke and going out of business. You are reinventing yourself. You are powerful. Remember the law of attraction. Like attracts like. If you think of yourself as broke, you will be broke. If you think of yourself as making money, then you will make money. Narrow down your schedule. Offer and advertise private lessons. So there are a lot of other things that are going to help, especially, you know, depending on where you are or what your teaching environment is like or what your teaching style is like. But these are some of the things that I know are going to help you. And the last bit of advice I'm going to give you, and I know you're going to resist this because it seems counterproductive, but I'm going to tell you that this is going to be pivotal for you. Take a fucking day off. Don't answer phone calls. Don't answer emails. Don't go into your studio. Don't teach anything. Don't talk to anybody online. Don't think of yourself as a yoga teacher for one whole day. Think of yourself as a person. Go out and do something fun with your family or friends. And when you go to bed that night, you're going to be chock full of ideas. And you're going to be waking up the next morning ready to go and take on the world. You know, you may piss some people off by canceling everything. They'll get over it quickly. Life will go on. You are a human being. You cannot keep filling everybody else's cup if yours is empty. And have gratitude for what you have right now. Now go out and be a badass and get that money. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions. I wish you the best of luck. Please stay safe and enjoy that day off you're going to give yourself. You can do this. You got this. Thanks for watching. See you later.